Hi everyone, you're welcome to my channel. My name is Jane. If this is your first time of being here, you're welcome. Please kindly hit the subscribe button. So today we are going to be making this monostrap baby gown with a rose in front of it. I got the inspiration online. If this is what you would love to learn, kindly follow me through the process of this tutorial. So the material that I'm working with is an organdy fabric. I got 3 colors for the rose. White, the upper part, I'm using a scuba fabric. Some people call it bonbon pad, and I got a net. So for this tutorial, please kindly use a hard net, a hard baby net for this tutorial. So the first thing that we're going to be is to be drafting the upper part of this gown. So I'm just drafting a basic bodice for a 1-year-old. So I'm marking the neck width and the neck depth, which is 2 inches. So after doing this, the next thing that I am going to be doing is to mark the shoulder. And the shoulder measurement that I am working with is 4 inches, which is 8 inches divided by 2. I got 4. Then for the shoulder slope, I came down with about half of an inch. So I'm just connecting the points like that. So the next thing I'm going to be doing is to mark the depth of the armhole. Please use 3.5 inches when you're marking the depth of the armhole for a 1-year-old. Actually use 4 inches, and after doing it, I saw that the arm was a bit loose, so use 3.5 inches for the armhole depth. So I'll just connect the points like that. So after doing that, I would just measure the half length for this gown, and I'm using 8 inches. So after that, I'll just connect the points straight. So after connecting the point, the next thing that we're going to be doing is mark the same 4 inches on that armhole line so that you can get a straight point to connect, so that you can be able to get a straight point that will form your armhole. So I've marked it. I hope you understand what I am doing. So this line that I just marked, I am going to be dividing it by 2. Whatever you have, please divide by 2. Then on this armhole line, mark the baby's chest circumference divided by 4. So I have 5. I'm just marking it. So after you are done marking the chest circumference of the baby, please connect the 3 points together just the way I am doing it. So once I am done connecting the armhole, the next thing that I'm going to be doing is at the down part, I'll be marking the waist circumference of the baby divided by 4. I have 5 inches. Then I'll be adding extra 1 inch for ease. I will also do the same thing for the chest area. I'll add 1 inch for ease as well. Then I'll connect both points together. So we are done with this pattern. For the monostrap, I will be doing it directly on the fabric. I won't do it on this pattern. So the next thing that I'm going to be doing is that this material I just got is for my flea. Please pardon me. The material I got for the upper part is very small, so I didn't get enough fabric to ensure that the flea stands out or have enough I am going to be doing the round flea to just make sure that the flea stands out, because it's more beautiful. So I know that most of you will actually coming out well, so I'm just managing my fabric is not so that much. I'm just managing it to material for the upper part. Please buy 1 yard, because that can get actually half yard that I got for the upper part, round part of doing for a baby of 1 year old. So whatever I got, I'll just instead of use it yard that way. So when you are doing it, scuba fabric, make sure you have enough fabric. So you can see that actually I'm already cutting half yard out. The scuba material. The one I just marked is for the upper part, which we are going to be joining. So to the upper body off. The next thing is just to cut it out gown. So I'm cutting it now. I'm done cutting it, as you can see. So the flea is not standing out, but I'll just manage it. Big, so the next thing is to cut the pattern on our fabric. So you can see this other side is the back cut it out. So the next thing that we're going to be doing is go to your sewing machine. Please run a loose stitch at the back neckline. The zipper then I'll go ahead and you use 1 inches for your zipper at the back. That will be where I'm going to fix my zipper. So you can see that I'm already done. I've ironed the stitch. So the next thing for me to do is just form my monostrap. So this is how I am forming I just use my free hand to do mine. So I normally do mine directly on the fabric instead of my pattern, because there's some time that you will do it on your pattern. When you're trying to cut it on your fabric, you go and cut one side will be different from the other side, then you now have each of them will now be different. So it's better you just do it directly on the fabric. You will know that okay, this is the right side and this is the wrong side. And also make sure that you have allowance at the upper part for you to fold or attach to your lining when you're folding inside. Or if you're not folding inside, you can use a bias strip to just fold the front part. So this is the front part of it. I used a bias strip to just enclose both the front and the back part. So the next thing is I am going to be attaching my flea. You can see how small my flea is. I will attach it on the waistline of the front bodice. So after doing that, this is my tool net. I'll go ahead and run a loose stitch on it for me to draw my gathers to the appropriate waist measurements of the baby. So this is it. A tutorial on how to do this is also on my channel. Please check it out. I've drawn a loose stitch, and the waist circumference of the baby is exactly what I did here. So, and if you notice that my tool net is very soft, so I am attaching this hard net to it. But if you get a harder net, there will be no need for you to attach this white hard net on it, because it will make the gown look too, how will I put it, I don't know, but it will just make it look too busy, and the gown is supposed to be a simple gown. So please get a hard net when you are doing yours. So this material I'm cutting is the lining for the down part. I'm going to be cutting two pieces. One will be on a crepe fabric, and the other one, which is what I'm cutting now, is on a normal black lining. So I am just cutting it. It's like 3 inches shorter than my tool net. So I'm just measuring what I have at the upper part to say that okay, it's enough for me to sew it. So once I am done doing this, I'll attach it to the white net. So like I said, this white hard net is not really necessary when your tool is strong. My tool is soft, that's why I'm adding a hard net. So after that, we're going to be using the flare. We'll attach it to the upper part of this gown. So what we're going to be doing is to mark the midpoint of this upper part, then mark the midpoint of the flare as well. So when you mark the midpoint, then you go right side facing right side, you stitch it till you get to the end of the fabric. So after that, the next thing is to attach your tool net to the hard net and the lining, just the way I am doing it. So you can see we have the tool net, then the black crepe, then the white net, then the normal black lining. So leave 1 inch at this side, then at the end of the fabric leave 1 inch, then go over to your sewing machine and top stitch on top stitch everything. Then when you get to the end of the other side, leave 1 inch as well. So you can see the 1 inch that I left on both sides. So the next thing that we're going to do is to attach the upper part to the down part. So the reason why I said you should leave the 1 inch at the side is because you're going to be attaching the upper part to the main fabric instead of the hard knit, so that it will be easy for you to actually fix your zipper. So once you are done joining both the upper part and the down part together, please go ahead to fix your zip. So you can see that I've gone ahead to do mine. I also joined the back and I fixed the zipper. For the inside of this dress, you can use a weaving machine to just enclose everything, or you can use a lining to just turn everything so that the rough parts won't show. So the next thing we're going to be working on is the rows. Please fold your organdy nebayas from just the way I'm showing you. Then mark like 2 inches, 2.5 inches straight. Then after cutting the organdy in pieces, please join them, then go over to your sewing machine and unfold. Please unfold. It should be 2.5 inches for the wideness. Why the length can be any length, because you're going to cut it when you are done. So go over to your sewing machine and stitch till you get to the end. So you can see that I'm done stitching it. After doing this, I noticed that the length of my organdy, the wideness of my organdy is now 2.5 inches, which is okay for me. Then this black fabric that I just cut is for me to do the rows on top. So I just did a flare of like about 2 inches, like a circle, 2 inches all the way around. You can see it's 2 inches all the way around. So it's supposed to be smaller than this, but anyhow, just when you are done, you will know if it's bigger or not. So I am done pleating my rows on that black fabric. Also, a detailed tutorial on how I did this is on my channel. Please check my very first video. You will see how I did it, both the stitching and everything. Then you will use your hand needle to tack the midpoint of these rows. So when you are done tacking it, that will be all. So after tacking it, I also went ahead to do the same for the other 3 colors. So you can see how it's looking. The next thing is to use your hand needle to tack it on the main fabric. Just use your hand needle to tack it. So I am done tacking it, as you can see. So the next thing is to work on the sleeve part for one of the hand. You know, the other part is monostrap, is sleeveless. So for me, I am going to be doing a cap sleeve instead of what I have on the picture. So thank you so much for watching. See you.